Hey, thanks for hitting play. Look, something I write about in my book is the importance of naming things. And the example that I share is that when I was working for a TAFE in the northwest of Australia, a TAFE in the US is a community college, and I was the marketing manager. I was going to say as part of the team, I was the marketing department. We had to promote this program, and because everyone in the business community said they wanted an email management course. So we released this idea, we put it on the chamber and advertised it, and no one signed up. Anyway, we retitled it to Email Hell to Email Heaven. And then the room absolutely sold out. We ran like 3 events in that week. And so I attended this event, Email Hell to Email Heaven. And you think in an event like this, when you've got an email professional that comes up teaching you how to manage inboxes, like it's going to be like pretty, I guess, advice that you think you know that you should do, but you just don't action. But I did learn something in that I want to share with you, because as I'm recording this, I'm looking at one of the open tabs in my Google Chrome, and it says I've got 364 unread emails. So I don't know what side of the spectrum you're on, if you think that's like mid-range, if you have more than I do, or if you're inbox 0. But at the beginning of the year, I actually had 0 unread. Like I reset it all. And I do this from time to time. And look, we're more than 90 days in. We're over 100 and, well, today is episode 106. And so I thought it'd be perfect time to get back to inbox 0. So how do I do that? The first thing I'll do is filter by unread. And actually this is counter to the advice that the email trainer gave us, but I just want to start with my approach. I'm going to filter it and actually go into the unread, some of the unread, and just unsubscribe from those ones. Because obviously I haven't read them in the moment. I'm not going back to them. I shouldn't have any emotional attachment to them. And if I do want to resubscribe, I can always do that in future. So first of all, just like kind of cull, and that's a really good way of saving myself time in future. To cull those and just, forget about them. Forget about it. The second thing I'll do is, this is what we were taught, is like you basically select everything in your inbox and you just move it to a new folder called Inbox 2 or Inbox 16th of April, 2025, and you move everything in there. Now what that means is, because I use Google Gmail, the G Suite, for my email management, it still means I can search everything. So what this guy told us was like, don't worry about folders. Folders are just, it's old school. Search is so powerful now. So it really doesn't matter where your email sits. But before I do that, I definitely want to check out whether there's anything in the inbox, like from the last week or 2, that I didn't respond to, because once you get over 364 emails, it's hard to manage that. And I don't know if you're like me, but we get so much inbound communication, whether it's by text, Instagram message, WhatsApp, email, LinkedIn Messenger, Facebook Messenger. And so sometimes you'll get something, you're like, where did that actually come from? And so not only are we trying to keep our inbox to 0 and respond, it's really tough to do it across all different channels. And I'm sure there are some aggregators, but then again, I'm just like, what's the point? So my inbox, I think, is I'll check that out. Then I will actually move them all to that new folder. And then what that does is when I log in next time, I'm on inbox 0. It's fantastic. And if I still need to find something, I can always search for it. So that is my tip for today, is if you want to clear out the clutter, don't feel guilty about just pausing, unsubscribing from what doesn't serve you anymore. Because I think that, just on that process of unsubscribing, we're always at a point where we subscribe to something in the moment because it's relevant for us, it's top of mind, we're interested in it, we've heard someone on a podcast, we're just so excited by it. And that might have been like 8 years ago. But we've changed, our interests have changed, our pursuits are different. So why do we remain subscribed to stuff like that? So definitely give you permission to unsubscribe. I'm always fascinated by people within my network who are just super responsive. Shout out to Sarah Stoddart who listens to this. She's so responsive on the email. I think she would manage her inbox brilliantly. So Sarah, let us know what you do. But also people like Alan Weiss, who gets a lot of emails every day from his global community, and he responds to every single message and clears it out and doesn't have that sort of mental clutter of, I need to respond to so-and-so. And I think his approach is always like, I'm just going to write back what comes to mind. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm going to return serve and then move on. Whereas sometimes I haven't responded to a message because I have to think about it a bit more. So I really have to question, like, do I really need to think about it? Why can't I just respond in the moment? Why do I have to wait? Because certainly waiting a day or 2, I find maybe doesn't improve my quality of response. And maybe the best thing is, in terms of speed, just returning serve, getting it back, and then you can move on. Let me know how you manage your inbox. What would you do if you had 364 unread messages? And I will speak to you tomorrow.